So tell me about the charity then. So give us an introduction to children with cancer and what it's all about.
Yeah, so Children with Cancer UK. So we are actually the leading national charity dedicated to specialist childhood cancer research. And what that means is we fund life-saving research to determine the causes, find cures, and develop better treatments for children and young people with cancer. So I childhood cancer is it's different to adult cancer, and it's particularly unique to each child that has that cancer. So therefore, it is very difficult to fund a cure for all types of childhood cancer. And that's why we fund very unique, different research proposals. So we have a big presence at the London Marathon, and we have a really big community fundraising. I have a lot of supporters who do individual fundraising for us throughout the community. So, you know, we've been really hit by COVID really hard, like so many charities. We've lost probably about 40% of our income. We don't, we're not given that money from the government. So we do rely wholeheartedly on these, people like Richard doing these amazing events and challenges for us. So we do offer kind of family days out, I suppose, to people who have children who are sadly coping with cancer. So in the past, pre-COVID, that's included things like we have a company called Zippo Circus that we work with, and we have host sort of a day out at the circus every year for children and their families, and we just find that that's just a really lovely way for people who maybe potentially don't know anyone else who's going through something similar to meet other families, and I suppose it's more of like a holistic support there, as opposed to just funding primarily research that will obviously go to help kind of future generations with cancer treatment.
Something we all want, isn't it? I mean, everybody in the country is aware of cancer and it touches everybody. And
Yeah,
obviously, if you've got a young child, that's the worst time because, from my point of view, they've had no life. This is what people think, isn't it? And there they are, fighting that. I mean, there's some wonderful case studies on your website, which I've been looking at, and I think we'll make sure we've got that prominent at the end of the film, because I think if anybody can sign up. So I think in our parting words then, if you are a Richard, or if you are somebody that's got a crazy idea or a way of raising a few pounds, how do they approach you and how do they set those links up?
so there's loads of different ways they can get involved. So you can either just go onto a website, find our general info at email address, get in contact that way. They can call the charity straight away and they'll be put through to myself if they're in my region. I'm open to talking about any fundraising ideas that people want to pursue or do for our charity. And I'm obviously here to kind of develop those ideas, but also help people set them up in the correct way so that they bring about maybe the most that they can for the charity and themselves as well. And we,
And now's the time to start planning, isn't it? Because we do see a light at the end of the tunnel. The
yeah,
second half of next year, we're going to be training, we're going to be doing the events after sort of June, July time, I would imagine. So,
yeah, but
this
not
could be a year to bring back some much needed money.
definitely, but not even just events. Like we've had people have been so creative through lockdown for raising money for us. We've had one guy who's just dyed his hair like a multitude of colours to raise money for us, which is fantastic. We've had so many people come together and do sort of like mini like fitness challenges at home as well. I think it's been really lovely to see how creative people have been in lockdown.